You will be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for 2025.
Oh my God.
So the warmest congratulations to you, Maria.
Oh my God.
She's an engineer who never planned to go into politics, a mother who became the face of a resistance, and now a woman in hiding who just received the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. Welcome to the first episode of my new series, Icons of Modern Womanhood. In this series, I want to explore the journeys of women who've shaped culture, politics, and society. Some famous, some overlooked, but all extraordinary. Today, we start with María Corina Machado, the woman in hiding, the woman who has not seen anyone in person in over a year, a woman who has missed the pivotal moments of the life of her adult children. Now, the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Thank you so much, but I hope you understand this is a movement. This is a achievement of a whole society. I am just one person. I certainly do not deserve this. Oh my God.
I think both the movement and you deserve it. So I'm sure this comes as a surprise, and I'm sorry to have to wake you up in the middle of the night to convey this. We don't have much time. We actually are making the announcement just in a few minutes. But I want to quote just shortly from the text that will be announced shortly, where it is said that you are receiving the prize for, and here I quote directly from the announcement, for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy.
I'm honored, humbled, and very grateful on behalf of the Venezuelan people. We're not there yet. We're working very hard to achieve it, but I'm sure that we will prevail, and this is certainly a biggest recognition to our people that certainly deserve it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm very happy to hear your reaction.
So María Corina's Nobel Peace Prize isn't just a personal accolade. It's a global endorsement of Venezuela's aspirations for a democratic future. The Norwegian Nobel Committee recognized, quote-unquote, her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. So for most of the world, her name is just trending. They are just finding out who she is, and due to their ignorance of their work over the last 20 years, not to fault of their own, it is what it is, but due to that, some questioned if she deserved it. Others called her a random woman. For me, a Venezuelan, her face, her voice, her courage has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. I recall being a tween, watching her stand alone in the National Assembly, facing Hugo Chavez directly. I remember the footage of her being attacked inside the assembly, an image burned into the memory of our generation. And I also remember a side of her story a few outsiders see. The opposition, quote-unquote, opposition itself, largely male, often sidelined her, skeptical of her solutions, or maybe intimidated by her resolve. And yet, she's the one that brought us the farthest. So María Corina didn't choose politics, she studied engineering. She wanted to build things, systems, organizations, institutions. But as Venezuela began to slip into authoritarianism in her 30s, the country demanded her voice. And she answered. She founded Sumate, a civic organization fighting for fair elections. In any other country, this might have been considered noble and safe, tame work. Here, it was dangerous. Every report, every public action put her on the regime's radar. She didn't seek the spotlight, but in a world where everyone else looked down, she looked up, stepped forward, and the spotlight found her. And then came the moment that defined her early career, where everyone in Venezuela learned who she was. I mentioned it already, where all who knew the threat Chavez represented, understood her courage, standing alone in the assembly facing Hugo Chavez. No theatrics, no posturing, just clarity and courage. She faced him and called him a thief. She faced him and told him mothers in Venezuela are struggling to get by because of his policies. She stood up alone and told him expropriations were in fact stealing.
A ver.
Presidente, tenemos 8 horas
¿8?
escuchando
Ajá.
usted describir un país muy distante del que estamos sintiendo todas las mujeres y las madres venezolanas. Hemos llegado al extremo, hemos llegado
Por favor.
al extremo de escuchar que hay aumento en la producción de leche, cuando usted sabe que hoy en día hay mujeres, madres, que asisten a bodegas, a automercados y han llegado a la fuerza por un litro de leche porque no tienen que llevar a sus casas. Este es el momento de darle respuestas al país, a las más de 180.000 madres y mujeres que en estos 13 años han perdido a sus hijos, a sus esposos, a sus padres, y a los cuales no se les ha hecho justicia. Esto es lo que queríamos escuchar, la Venezuela decente, y la que no quiere definitivamente avanzar hacia el comunismo. Quiere respeto a la propiedad y queremos una Venezuela de solidaridad, una Venezuela de justicia, una Venezuela de superación.
Por favor.
¿Cómo puede usted hablar de que respeta al sector privado en Venezuela cuando se ha dedicado a expropiar, que es robar? Cuando se dedica a insultar, sí, las propiedades de empresarios, comerciantes, hasta pequeños posadas a quienes ni siquiera se le han resarcido su propiedad. Dígale la verdad a Venezuela. Aquí hay una Venezuela decente que quiere una transformación profunda y que es el momento de enfrentar con seriedad y con responsabilidad este desafío histórico que tenemos por delante. El tiempo se les acabó. Es el momento de una nueva Venezuela. Sí, acepte el debate, presidente.
That day, the reluctant activist became a political figure. María Corina's path wasn't easy. She ran for office, joined the National Assembly, and became a loud, clear voice against Hugo Chavez. But the challenges weren't only outside. They were inside the opposition. Many male leaders resisted her ideas, her strategies, her very presence. Even to this day, they're working against her. Was it because she was a woman? Because she proposed real confrontation when others wanted compromise and negotiation with thugs? Or maybe both. But what's undeniable is that she built one of the strongest movements in Venezuela from the ground up without the blessing of the establishment. By 2023, she won the opposition's primary by landslide, and a primary that everyone said was impossible. Everyone said to just give up, but she made it happen. The regime didn't even pretend to compete because they didn't think they had to. And because of that, she was disqualified. She was barred from the ballot, forced into hiding. And yet, by then, she wasn't just a candidate. She was the moment, the symbol of resistance. In 2024, Machado led the so-called Comanditos, 60,000 grassroots teams that safeguarded the electoral records across Venezuela to expose electoral fraud. Today, those ballots showing the real winner are being safeguarded in Panama. This massive decentralized effort was crucial in challenging the regime's narrative and asserting the people's will. No one had ever been able to prove fraud before, though we all knew it was happening since the early 2000s. Chavismo did not see that one coming. There's something archetypal about her story. The woman who never sought power became the backbone of the nation's hope. The quiet, resolute presence that holds the line while the world wavers. There's no glamour in it, just grit, vision, and a spine of steel. And this is exactly why I wanted to start this series of Icons of Modern Womanhood with María Corina, because her story isn't just politics. It's about courage, conviction, and the kind of leadership that often goes unseen. So what does María Corina Machado teach us about womanhood today? It's not about titles or tweets or recognition. It's about presence. It's about integrity, about courage. Sometimes it's about standing when the rest sit down. As a Venezuelan, I can tell you, her story isn't headlines. It's lived experience. María Corina has carried something that so many wanted to dismiss. The hope that change is possible. I've long lost the hope that it was possible until she came back in the picture. The Nobel Peace Prize is a symbol, yes, but the real story is the one she's been living for years. She didn't ask for this fight. She didn't seek recognition. She answered, and that, in the end, is what defines true leadership. There's a quote attributed to Orrin Woodward that goes, "The greatest leaders are the reluctant ones who lead because they realize that no one else seems willing to step up." The Nobel Peace Prize has elevated Machado's stature on the world stage, making it virtually impossible for the regime to touch her without the world condemning them. As noted by the Caracas Chronicles, the prize bolsters her political capital and gives her a moral aura in the eyes of the world unmatched by anyone else in the opposition, or the false opposition rather, let alone Chavismo. So María Corina's story is just the beginning. In Icons of Modern Womanhood, we'll explore other women who lead, who defy, who inspire, each episode a new perspective on what modern womanhood can mean. Also, if you'd like me to dive deeper into her story, let me know. Next, we're going to look at Diana Spencer, otherwise known as Lady D. Very different, but equally revealing about culture, influence, and courage. So make sure to subscribe, hit the playlist, and let's keep exploring these stories together. And if you have any suggestion for a woman that you'd like me to look into, let me know.